Why the 15 Pro Max is better than S24 Ultra. The Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra versus the iPhone 15 Pro Max, the most recent model from the largest Android phone company, versus the greatest phone released in 2023, is one of the most significant smartphone battles of 2024 thus far. The Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra delivers excellent cameras, performance, and display quality as usual, but this year also comes with a wealth of AI capabilities to streamline and boost your productivity. To match the hardware of its most formidable competitors, the iPhone 15 Pro Max has concentrated on enhancing its telephoto camera, processor power output, and design. Let's engage in a head-to-head match to determine the current winner of this protracted conflict between the leading smartphone brands. Compared to their predecessors from this generation, both of these phones have grown more costly. While the iPhone 15 Pro starts at a somewhat lower $1,199 for a default 256 gigabytes of storage, the Galaxy S24 Ultra starts at $1,299 for 256 gigabytes of storage. When it comes to storage capacity, both phones can accommodate 1 TB, although the Ultra's 1 TB model is more expensive, $1,659 compared to $1,599 for the 1 TB iPhone 15 Pro Max. While many stores are giving the Galaxy S24 Ultra up to $750 off as a trade-in, Apple will refund you the same amount if you purchase an iPhone 15 Pro Max. You can upgrade to the next storage tier with a Samsung offer at no additional cost. Although Apple and Samsung phones have different designs, they now have one important thing in common: titanium side rails for a more durable and upscale appearance. Both phones have attractive designs, with the larger Samsung phone having an aggressive angular shape and distinct rear cameras that are placed one over the other. With its rounded sides and noticeable camera bulge, the iPhone offers a more traditional modern smartphone design. The action button key on the iPhone is another way it varies. The Galaxy S24 Ultra lacks a comparable customizable button and doesn't even have a mute switch like earlier iPhone models. There are several parallels between the color options offered by Samsung and Apple, beyond merely their namesake. Titanium orange, titanium blue, and titanium green are only available from Samsung. The Galaxy S24 Ultra is available in titanium gray, titanium violet, titanium yellow, and titanium black. As part of Apple's annual springtime iPhone color refresh, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is currently available in natural titanium, silver titanium, black titanium, and blue titanium. There is also a possibility that Apple will add color. The 6.8-inch Galaxy S24 Ultra and the 6.7-inch iPhone 15 Pro Max have displays that differ just 0.1 inches, so size isn't going to decide whether the phone has a better screen. Additionally, they are not shaped like previous Ultras, which have had curved edges for a distinctive appearance. This is the first time that a Samsung flagship has had two flat screens. There is a clear difference between the two phones' front camera cutouts. The iPhone 15 Pro Max features a dynamic island in the form of a pill, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra adheres to the Android standard with a centered punch-hole camera. Although it occupies more screen real estate, this serves as a UI element when required. Although Apple's proprietary Pro XDR resolution, 1290x2796, is slightly higher than that of the Galaxy S24 Ultra's QHD 1440x3120 display, this difference is probably also not perceptible. Even while Samsung wins with a wider color gamut coverage percentage, the iPhone does have a considerable advantage in color accuracy and peak brightness, as demonstrated by the test results above. Furthermore, the Gorilla Armor glass that the Galaxy S24 Ultra uses claims to decrease reflections by up to 75%. However, we were unable to independently verify the numbers. This improves visibility in bright environments in a manner that the increased peak brightness of the iPhone 15 Pro Max's ceramic shield display cannot match. When comparing the camera systems of the Galaxy S24 Ultra and iPhone 15 Pro Max, Samsung has the upper hand over Apple. The 200MP primary, 12MP ultra-wide, 10MP 3x telephoto, 50MP 5x telephoto, and 12MP selfie cameras are all included in the S24 Ultra. This contrasts with the iPhone's 12MP ultra-wide, 12MP 5x telephoto, and 12MP front-facing cameras. Stated differently, the Galaxy S24 Ultra boasts a higher megapixel count camera than the iPhone. What impact does that have in the field, though? First up, this main camera image in Paddington, London, features some jazzy-looking pillars. Nothing much differs in the 12MP default shooting modes of the cameras. Although not by much, the Galaxy S24 Ultra offers somewhat more saturation than the competition. A closer look reveals a stronger degree of the same effect. The Galaxy S24's picture of this relief outside a church in Kentish Town has more color, but the sacrifice of the detail that the iPhone was able to capture. Now let's look at a nighttime photo of Covent Garden in London. This one is warmer and brighter on the iPhone. However, the Galaxy's image has fewer light flares, which helps to save some detail around the street lighting, but at the cost of very dark shadows. I captured these ultra-wide pictures of the Kentish Town O2 Forum on a typical gloomy winter's day in the United Kingdom. However, the brightness of the iPhone has boosted the scene's appeal, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra's higher saturation merely serves to heighten its dismal quality. When comparing the 5x telephoto cameras on the two phones and aiming them at the Welcome to Kentish Town sign, the Galaxy S24 Ultra's image appears darker once more. However, in this case, it doesn't even outperform the iPhone in terms of color richness. To be sure, both appear sharp enough, which is crucial for high magnification zoom. Lastly, a selfie photo taken with both phones is presented. The Galaxy S24 Ultra image of me has slightly better background blurring around my spectacles than the iPhone 15 Pro Max did, and my skin tone and texture are more flattering. All things considered, the iPhone has probably captured a more accurate picture of myself. Let's examine some example videos from each phone. Compared to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, the Galaxy S24 Ultra has a lesser contrast but is brighter throughout the day. It may not be evident from these examples, but the Galaxy S24 Ultra records up to 8K at 30 frames per second, as opposed to the iPhone's 4K at 30 frames per second. The iPhone has the better nighttime footage of the two. However, the S24 Ultra can record at its higher 8K resolution once more, exhibiting more color detail in the video's darker segments. Compared to earlier Galaxy phones, the Galaxy S24 Ultra's cameras appear to be more reliable, producing high-quality images nearly all the time. But in most cases, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is just marginally superior. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy and the S17 Pro found inside the iPhone 15 Pro Max will square off in this round. This year, Samsung increased the RAM in its Ultra variant to 12 GB, which gives it an advantage over the iPhone 15 Pro Max 8 GB. Both phones come with 256 GB of storage by default, but users who require more space can also choose from 512 GB and 1 TB versions. What does all of this mean, though, in terms of phone power? As demonstrated by the test results above, in our lab, we discovered that the two phones compete favorably in CPU, GPU, and media transcoding tests. On benchmarks, iPhones often outperform Android phones handily, so this draw with particular victories in the areas of multi-core CPU and GPU performance is still a triumph for Samsung. Comparing the battery sizes of the Galaxy S24 Ultra and iPhone 15 Pro Max, Samsung offers a 5000 mAh cell, while the iPhone uses a 4441 mAh power pack. However, when it comes to battery life, pure capacity isn't necessarily the whole picture. Both of the phones are listed among the top phones with the longest battery life since they can last for a good amount of time when fully charged. In our bespoke battery test, the iPhone 15 Pro Max ran for 14 hours and 2 minutes when set to its adaptive refresh rate. However, the Galaxy S24 Ultra topped that record by over 90 minutes, clocking in at 15 hours and 41 minutes. With the iPhone 15 Pro Max, Apple provides up to 20 go charging, which charges the battery to 20% in 15 minutes and to 41% in 30. With its 45 AU wired charging capability, the Galaxy S24 Ultra can reach 39% battery life in 15 minutes and 71% battery life in 30 minutes. You will need to purchase your charger because neither phone comes with one in the box. With the Galaxy S24 Ultra, Samsung has fully invested in the Galaxy Eye features, which will add a plethora of new functions to the One UI 6 OS that we were introduced to late last year. Circle to Search, a shortcut for searching content as it appears on screen, text-to-speech, and call translation. Even when calling users of non-S24 devices, the capacity to summarize and translate articles, transcripts, and text, the ability to distinguish between speakers and voice recordings, the ability to perform generative AI edits to your photos, and suggestions for different message formats to help you find the appropriate tone for the situation are just a few of the AI features of the S24 Ultra. So this is the end of our today's video. Do you like it? Kindly give your valuable response in our comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting and informative videos.